Hi, in this video I'm going to do an easy tutorial on how to draw a bunch of two cherries. Usually if you look up an image of them online, they're most iconic in a grouping of two. Okay, so they're a little bit heart-shaped. All right, and a nice stem. It should be curved. And a single leaf. So, nice heart shape. This one here is at an angle. And now a few lines to indicate where the highlights are going to be. So we want one highlight right here, one right here, because the light is coming from up over this direction in my example here. So they've got a couple highlights each, and their shadows are going to be in this side. All right. This here is one I did earlier, so you can see what it's going to look like when it's finished. So here is my paints, and I'm using a small brush, and I'm opening up my water jar because I'm going to be using watercolor here. So this here's my red. I'm going to dilute it and wash it over the whole cherry, even the highlights. Okay, I have a paper towel here. I'm going to dry my brush on. And now I'm going to pick up some green. I'm going to let that first wash dry. And then I'm going to go back over them with darker red. And just a simple green. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Now with the sleeve, think of it as having two halves. And you want both the halves to be shaded a little bit differently, because the light's going to be falling on them differently. And I'm leaving sort of a highlight in the center. Maybe it's a vein, I'm not really sure. Alright, I'm going to put a pale green over that center highlight there. Let me pick up a little. While it's still wet, you can sometimes pick it up, because I don't want it to be real dark. Okay, now I'm going back to red. So I'm basically coloring the whole cherry a nice deep red. Okay. Now while the first layer is still dry, I'm still wet, sorry. While it's still wet, I'm dropping in more to create sort of a varied look. So I'm applying it inconsistently. All right. wrong color. Okay, I'm going to pick up some blue. And I'm going to, oops, didn't clean my brush good. Okay, so I'm going to apply some blue shadow. And, okay. Fade that out. So if you take a dry brush, you can blend the edges out. So you notice how smooth that transition is. All right. So I want to let that dry a little bit, and I will work on the leaf just a little bit more. I want that side of the leaf to be a little bit darker. Okay, I'm picking up some black, and I'm going to create some veins in the leaf. Okay, so it really doesn't take long for a layer of color to dry. So if you take blue over red, it comes across almost black, and it can be sort of an interesting color. So I'm using blue for the shadows here. If you don't like the look of it, you can use black for the shadows, black paint. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.